Hello Wanderers, I am Joel, and this is episode 1 of Wandering Toward Emotional Health. In this episode, I'm going to introduce the bullet journal, a key to the consistency necessary to pursue emotional health. Let's do this! But first, let's start this out with a disclaimer. I am not an expert on this subject. I am, in fact, starting from near ignorance, which is kind of the point. Beginning from zero, I'll be using this regular publication as encouragement to steadily work toward broader and deeper knowledge of emotional health, and of myself. And, if it goes well, in the future, many other exciting subjects. We will begin, as always, with a definition. The bullet journal is a customizable and forgiving organization system. It can be your to-do list, sketchbook, notepad, diary, a log of the size and consistency of your poops, but most likely, it will be all of these. So far, I've noticed 6 key benefits to bullet journaling. A bullet journal is personal. In reality, this is just a notebook. Any collection of paper, even digital, can be a bullet journal. You make of it what you will. You engage whatever system works best with your brain. A bullet journal is systematic. There's hundreds of systems out there. Your brain, which is what you're really pursuing knowledge of, is going to work with some combination of them. I chose to make my journal look like a video game HUD, with symbols representing the routine tasks that make up my ideal day on the left, like a quest progress indicator, and a very satisfying check through the symbol as I complete each task. This is a huge part of what I attribute my success so far to. Daily to-dos, or quests, live on the right-hand side. Again, the glorious check. And in the middle, a morning and evening journal putting into writing my hopes and reflections on the day. The daily symbols correlate to a habit tracker at the front of the book, and the daily goals correlate to weekly, monthly, yearly, and life goals at the front. These things can be wildly complicated with logs for everything you could possibly imagine, but since I'm currently only a level 1 scribe, I'm keeping mine simple, with lots of rewards and encouragement to keep me going forward and forward and forward. A bullet journal is self-supporting. I have never been able to consistently keep a journal, but the constant reward of checking things off keeps me going, and the daily reflection helps me constantly tune it to exactly what I need it to be. By the end, it may not look anything like it does now, but it'll look exactly the way it should. Just like you and me as we wander toward self-knowledge. A bullet journal is honest. How we spend our days is, of course, how we'll spend our lives. This is an Annie Dillard quote from a book that I've never read, but it cuts right to the point of what this journal is all about. Know where your time goes, and you will know so much more about yourself. The habit tracker puts the passage of time directly in front of your face. You can't deny that you haven't been drinking water if it's written right there by your own hand that you haven't had a glass in 2 days. When you're trying to work something new into your life, you see how consistent or inconsistent it is as you put one endorphin-releasing X after another endorphin-releasing X in a long chain of grid-shaped days. A bullet journal is encouraging. You don't have to do anything, but what you do should reflect your hopes and desires, your dreams and ambitions, one might say. When your choices don't reflect that, the journal helps you see it. Then all it takes is a slight shift and a few different choices, and suddenly your days look much more like the life you want to be living. Again, how we spend our days is how we spend our lives. A bullet journal is forgiving, and this might actually be unique to my journal. All the other journals I've looked up are bound. They're glued solid, making it really annoying when you're trying something new and it doesn't go very well, or worse, when your handmade grid gets a little wonky. Mine, on the other hand, is more like a ring binder, which means when I mess up, and I can just open it up, take the page out, that's my mess up, and flip it over. Problem solved. This gives me plus 10 confidence to try new things and work new ideas into my routine. which is, after all, the point of this thing. Imagine how suffocating it would be to force yourself to live for a year the way that you thought that you should for 1 week at the very beginning. So what's the point of all this order? How does this neurotic cataloging of every detail of my life help me pursue emotional reality? The answer to those questions is also the reason that I chose to start this video series here. The journal is a window into our present, soon-to-be past self. The more clearly we see ourselves, the better we can honestly, kindly judge our actions, reactions, and thoughts. That understanding, this journaled data, is a key to self-knowledge. The first principle in emotional health, and the subject of tomorrow's episode. Do you keep a journal? Let us know in the comments below what journaling techniques you use. And give this video a like if you think that I'm headed in the right direction, because I'm working from scratch here. If you want to join me in wandering toward emotional health, subscribe, and make sure that you can be a part of this adventure too. Keep wandering, friends. A moment of gratitude. I owe this whole movement in my life to my lady. I never would have considered joining the bullet journal club. There probably are like tons of bullet journal clubs. Anyway, I never would have considered joining this club if I hadn't seen Kim making her own epic bullet journal. Sometime soon, she'll share the incredible work she's been doing and its profound effect on her life, and you'll be blown away. I'm going to take this one step sappier and say that I've been thinking lately about how much incredible knowledge I've inherited from seeing her move forward with her passions. If you've stuck around this long, write in the comments some golden nugget of knowledge that you've learned from your partner. Thanks again.